What is up, guys? It's Easy, the FBZ trader here once again, and today we just did an awesome FBZ crazy trade today. It was awesome. We traded gold, some jump trades, but I think I just didn't enter the jump trade because I already made some good money from gold. So you can see over here we made like today we made like $448, and market just closed right here right now. You can see this is 400 and something dollars. I'm gonna be sending you the screenshot. It's just been a wonderful one. Like, that's what we do with FBZ. So probably I'm going to show you guys how I was able to catch that trade, and also explaining also how FBZ work generally to you guys. Okay, a lot of you have been asking me questions. What is this FBZ thing that you've been talking about? FBZ is Fresh Breakout Zone. I already made a video about how FBZ works, like the beginner's guide to FBZ. But in this video, I just want to show you guys the trade that I took today, which is Thursday on FBZ, so you guys can probably have more understanding on how FBZ works. So join me to my screen while I show you guys how it works. Let's go. So yeah, guys, welcome to my screen. So you can see basically this is the chart, and this is the trade that I took today. This week, these are the trades that I took this week. These are the trades that I took for this week, and it was from here. This Monday, Tuesday was very noisy, and so we had a clean FBZ on Monday. Tuesday we had a loss on FBZ, and then today, because I had to take Wednesday FBZ because of what Tuesday did, which was smooth. Then Thursday, today, one loss. Look at Thursday's FBZ setup here. One loss and then one profit. Okay, you can see this is 1:3. This is 1:3. Okay, so I'm going to be showing you guys how I was able to catch this trading FBZ, Fresh Breakout Zone. So this is a strategy that I put together because I noticed that a lot of traders are struggling with profitability, and trust me, this strategy is going to change the way you think as a trader, and it's definitely going to help your trading game and going to help you up your game trading. Okay, so now, like I will always say, FBZ, let me open a fresh chart so I can show you guys. There is no magic in this trading. There is no magic. I'm not doing anything magical. I'm basically trading your price action, the price action that you guys know. Okay, try to look for a fresh chart. Let's use FXCM. Okay, let's use FXCM. Sure, okay, nothing. Good. Now, one of the things that I prioritize whenever I'm trading FBZ is my market structure and my support and resistance. Because remember, it's a strategy that is around price action. Okay, so if so, I have to prioritize my higher time frame support and resistance zones. So what did I do? When I came up to the charts, I went to the daily time frame just to look out for what price is doing, telling the story of price. I like to do that on the line chart. So here I just want to identify support and resistance zones. You can see there was a reaction of price here. That was a reaction of price over here. That was a reaction of price over here too. So now what do I want to see? I want to mark other zones too. Now these are zones where there are multiple touches. So I want to identify other zones that are close to the current market price. Current market price. Oh, okay, this one. This. Okay. Yes, so after you are done looking out for those zones, I love to go to the lower time frame to see what price is doing on the lower time frame as well. So like 4 hours, to be sure that these whole lines that I just drew, that they actually align with themselves. So very simple, very simple. So let's see if we have any adjustment to make. A little bit of adjustment right here. I usually would turn it to a psychological level, but that is a lesson for another day. Okay, so then I cater for these little zones like this. Zones like this could have great impacts in trading. Okay, so it's a very, like I said, FBZ is a very simple strategy. There is no point making it complex for yourself. I mean, no gain in doing that. No gain at all. So just keep it as simple as it is. As simple as it is. If you don't know how to identify market structure, you have to check videos online, or probably I'm going to do a video on how to identify market structure. But for now, I'm here for FBZ setups. Okay. So now, after I was able to do this, I waited for price action. I waited for the time that I trade, the sessions that I trade. You guys know that I trade. I have a particular open window that I use whenever I'm looking for my setups. Okay, I always wait for that time. Once it's that time, that's when I want to start trading gold. Okay, and that is like 5 a.m. my time to like 11 a.m. Sometimes for some days, I start from 8 a.m. my time to trade. Okay, because that's when I actually get the best setups. So this is just based on my experience, and I'm going to be showing you how it has been working here. So first of all, the things that once I'm done mapping out this whole thing, before I get to execute or do anything, I love to analyze my chart. So I have this calendar that I developed right here with AI right here that helps me to be able to know the actual days, the actual instruments that I'm supposed to trade for every day. So you can see for Monday when I'm supposed to trade and the time that I'm supposed to trade it. So this calendar, if I follow it strictly, I'm going to be having over 90 to 95% accuracy. But you know, the thing with trading is discipline. If your discipline is not messed up, if you are disciplined enough to follow your rules in trading, trust me, you're going to be very profitable. That's one of the greatest challenges, discipline. Okay, discipline. So now that aside, this is the timetable that I use, and the timetable says that I should trade. Let me say that was on Thursday. That to trade gold, jump 50, jump 75, jump 100. Okay, so gold is part of what I'm trading. That's why we're doing this analysis right now. Now, looking at this, I am trading on the right day that I'm supposed to trade gold based on my timetable for trading. And then what can we see here? You can see this is a very strong zone. Why? Because price has been reacting off of this particular level right here. And we can also see that there are also levels on that right here. Here you see price rejected here, rejected here, rejected here, and also break and retest continuation to the downside over here. So that one just happened, but the ones we were seeing are the early ones. Okay, we need to take note of that. Now, another zone that we can see that is clear enough is this one. So for you to be able to see these zones clearly, I recommend that you turn to line charts. Okay, always turn to line charts so you can be able to see the zones clearly and avoid the noise like the weak rejections. Now, I already drew these things before I was trading, and I also was aware of this particular level right here. So yes, this particular level right here, I think that was the level right there. Now I waited. Once it was time, my execution time was this particular window here. I spotted the FBZ. Now to spot FBZ, I have to turn towards line charts. If you look, this is Thursday from here. This is market open. So for market open, normally usually it's Wednesday evening, my time. So you look at when my execution window started. This is the FBZ setup I can see. For those that understand FBZ, this is the FBZ setup I can see. I marked it out right here. So remember, the FBZ pattern will always be like this. For a bullish one, break, retest, then continuation to the upside. For a bearish pattern, and here is the FBZ this is the FBZ. Now for a bearish pattern, you have price doing something like this. Then you have a break, a retest, continuation to the downside. And you always target liquidity. Okay, always target liquidity. For profits, for take profit or before entry, okay, always target liquidity. Liquidity is very, very important. So this is FBZ for sell and FBZ for buy. So you see that it's a strategy that is built all around price action, break and retest zone. Okay, or break and retest strategy. So this is my FBZ right here. So now what do I want to look out for? What do I want to see? I told you guys I caught the first entry and the price beat me out. This liquidity, I was liquidated in this trade. Then I spotted my second entry. So I have a rule that says I only take 2 trades a day. Okay. Now if I'm stopped out on the first one and then price gives me a re-entry, I have to take the re-entry and not set break even. Okay. Now, but if price has broken above here and give me like a swap zone, that will be a fresh trade for that same day. So that will be, I take 2 trades, either a win and I'm done, or a loss and a win and a loss and a big win, and then I'm done. So now this is how it played out. Let's see, this is how it played out today. I'm getting already knew that this was a resistance turn support zone, that now price has broken it again to retest this as a resistance zone. During this my execution time, this is like London open and London close to New York session. Okay, London closing towards the close of London session and the opening of New York session. This is what the time is. So now, after I spotted this, I went to a lower time frame, like 5 minutes time frame. This is the execution time frame, because I am now in my execution window. This is my execution time, and I saw this particular engulfing candle. So I want to see bearish engulfing for the case of a sell, and I caught this bearish engulfing candle, and I hopped in on that trade right here, and then I was targeting 1:1 for TP1, but price didn't give us a 1:1. It came all the way here and rallied all the way back up and stopped me out. So immediately price stopped me out. I was like, okay, is it going to continue? And I went to 15 minutes time frame, because that's what I do. Once price stops me out, I go to 15 minutes time frame to look out for what it's going to do next. So what did it do next? It gave us a re-entry. So I used 15 minutes confirmation for a re-entry. Okay, so but if price had closed, because once it does this thing, and I see on the 1 hour time frame and you don't see a candle close above here, that means it's still gonna, that's a tendency that's still gonna come down. Okay, so now, but this candle was a weak rejection even on the 15 minutes time frame. I was like, I think something is about to happen. Okay, I think something is about to happen. But now we'll see what happened. The next candle printed with this was like an inverse hammer, I guess, and then the next candle engulfed it. After the engulfing candle, I called the sell for the guys on the group. I told them, everybody, let's sell good right now. Now we are going to be holding, because the rule for the first entry is you take partial profit at 1:1. Now, but the rule for this particular entry is you hold to 1:2. You don't set break even until 1:2. You don't set break even. That's the rule, and you can see the price gave us clean 1:2. You can see. So now, because I knew that this trade was going to be a long trade, because I already had liquidity zones that I marked out. Like, this is a liquidity zone right here. This is a liquidity zone right here for me. That's what I understand as my own liquidity. Could mean any other thing for you. So this is liquidity zone here, and I've looked and I've seen that all of this happening here is liquidity. Everything happening here is liquidity. This cannot move price above. But you know, this is good. Anything is possible. Oh. So I just strategically take profits, because you just never know. Then the major place I wanted to take my full profit was here, right here, and I think it happened market open. It hasn't been long. I took the whole profit. I wanted to take the whole profit before I do this video, so that you guys can probably see I can be speaking from a place of secure profits. Okay, trust me, this strategy works. Like, if you're not disciplined enough, you can be able to make good money. You can have 80 to 85% accuracy. If you're disciplined enough, you make more. Being disciplined enough trading FBZ is you not trading too much. But you know the thing with profit making and trading, you always want to trade. You always want to make money. Like, if you are like me, that you just made this $400 on trading this particular strategy, tomorrow morning you won't even wait for price to open. You won't even wait for the time to trade to come. You want to execute. Trust me, I know what I'm saying. So just learn FBZ for yourself, and you will see all this whole psychology play out. I am in the trading. I know what I'm saying. So yeah, so this is pretty much it. I had to take my full profit right here, and the good thing is this particular trade that I called the trade for my people in the community. The second one, I was on TikTok live while I was taking this trade. I was on TikTok live, so I think that was my first live trade, my first TikTok live trading session. Okay, I'm so glad it panned out very well. Probably I'm going to be doing more of that. I think FBZ has a very high accuracy on Thursdays. I have a FBZ rule to trade Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays. And Thursday has the highest FBZ accuracy. Like if I decide to trade only Thursdays, which I know that my discipline will not allow me, I want to make money. So if I decide to trade only Thursdays every week, yeah, I'm sure of 95% accuracy. Yes, but I mean, it's not easy because, for FBZ monthly, we don't trade at the first week of the month. We don't trade at the first week. So we have only 3 weeks to trade. 3 weeks to trade for every month. So imagine just in a whole month, you're trading only 3 times. Oh man, it's not easy. Especially if you're making money. You can run into some kind of crazy psychology. So what I do is, I don't feel like I'm missing out of opportunities. I have to draft this timetable. And for you not to feel like you're missing out on opportunities, you can trade the 3 days. But for Tuesday, I advise you reduce your risk when trading FBZ. Prioritize market structure and price action. Okay. Now back to this particular trade. This is basically how I was able to get trade, and see how simple it was. If I take you down to other setups, you see that they are all the same thing. I don't want to make this video to be too long. Let me just go straight to the trades that I took this week. This week, you can see for that of Monday, I hopped on I saw a lot of mentors doing a lot of things, explaining. I mean, there are good guys, great guys doing great things. I appreciate them for what they're doing. At the same time, I always advise them to keep it clean. Every mentor, if you're a mentor watching this video, please keep it very clean. If you're not making profit, tell people you're not making profit, and always learn. If you are making profits, you are winning, feel free to show the ones that are willing to learn. Okay. I mean, at the end of the day, we are all in the industry to make money and to help others. I mean, let your goal be, which life can I help with this thing that I'm doing? Since you are making money from it. Okay, so I think it's now a casted story for those that make money from selling mentorship courses. It doesn't make, everybody knows now. It's not a thing if you're still selling mentorship course. But I mean, that's my own opinion. That doesn't mean that I don't sell mentorship, because I can only sell mentorship to you if you really want me to teach you one-on-one. Okay, you want me to take my time to show you this thing, take you by the hand. It's gonna cost me money, because I'm in the US, and you know that everything that you are doing in the US has to do with time. Okay, so if you are willing to pay for my time, then I'm willing to teach you one-on-one. Okay. But randomly, if you are just active on my YouTube, on any of my social media handles, trust me, you can learn this FBZ thing. It's very simple. And trust me, this is a strategy that can give you accuracy. This accuracy that I put here is not a cap. I did the analysis with AI. And if you know the statistical accuracy of AI, how it works with pattern and everything, you know that I'm not gaming, I'm not gambling. I'm telling you facts. Okay, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's still Forex. There are other factors to check in, like psychology, like discipline, and have rules around it. How well can you follow those rules? Those are the things that are going to make you take losses in between. And Forex is a game of profit and loss. There are no guarantees in trading. So you have to make sure that you manage your funds and know how you invest your money. Now, look at the trades that I took this week. Started from Monday, like I told you, Monday, Tuesday. On Monday, I don't want to go down to the ones I took last week, because everything is just about profit. So I'm sure you guys profit. But let's focus on the one for this week. Trust me, this strategy works. It works. I'm going to be showing you guys more about it. Let's see so you guys can understand. Okay. If you're here and you're not subscribed to this YouTube channel and you're still watching, you know the right thing, please subscribe. I think the link should be below, somewhere below. I don't know. Just subscribe, like, and drop any comment, drop any question that you feel like you want me to work on. Anything that you feel like you don't understand when it comes to trading FBZ, I am willing to teach you guys for free. Okay, I just want to see those that are willing to learn, and trust me, if you work with me for like 6 months, you're going to see something different in your trading. I'm not capping. I have a very simple strategy. I'm not preaching ICT. I'm not preaching any SMC. I'm preaching pure price action that I do, and I use FBZ to make it even more easier for those that don't understand trading. Okay, so what's stopping you from following me or liking or subscribing to this channel? I don't know. So please, that's also a way you can support my efforts and my time. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love you. Now look at the trades I took on Monday. You can see that from here we got an FBZ. Let me go to 1 hour time frame. So you can see on the 1 hour time frame, you can see that on the FBZ, before the FBZ, this was the support structure here. Market open. I waited from execution time. Towards the time, just before my execution time, you can see what happened. Price broke above right here and retested below. So on the break above, I spotted this FBZ zone right here. So you see that I'm combining price action with FBZ trading strategy. You can also do the same thing. You can combine your SMC, you can combine your ICT or any strategy that you trade with FBZ, and it's going to still work perfectly well. So it's just like an edge you have in the market. Okay, understanding, knowing things. Sometimes when people talk, even no matter how much you think you know, you just have to listen. You now see on this is 15, or this is on Monday. Now I normally look for entries on Monday on the 15 minutes time frame. So let's see how that played out on the 15 minutes time frame. You can see it was a very clean setup. It's still here. A very clean setup. 15 minutes engulfing. After the engulfing, what happened? This case was a swap zone. Price did this. It was supposed to sell from here. You see there was no engulfing candle here, but price broke above, and even this didn't even happen during the time. You see why you should not trade outside the time, the session for FBZ. Okay, so this is the window. I had to edit my session indicator. I can explain how I did this indicator setup. Okay, I use it for execution windows. And this one you see here, just the watermark below here. I can explain it. If you want me to do that, I can do that for you. Okay. Now, after this bullish engulfing, which happened at this critical zone, my FBZ zone, I took my buy. Stop loss was just right below here, and I targeted a 1:1. Okay, 1:1. Immediately price hit a 1:1. I set my break even and then take partial profit and targeted the 1:2. And voila, we are done. After a 1:2, if you still want more, maybe if you open like more than 4 positions, you take all your positions and leave one, run into 1:3. 1:3 is the highest RR, the highest risk to reward that you should take in any FBZ trade, unless you are trying to like swing trade FBZ setup. Okay, but from what I've back tested, from what I've checked, it's very rare. It's not easy to find those kind of setups. It's always good for you to take highest 1:3 for the day. You will see another setup the next day. And our highest accuracy day is Thursday. So why will I not secure something in the bank and look for another one? Why will I have the one in my mouth I'll still be looking out for? So you have to be wise. That's where money management comes in as well. So yeah. Now, see, that was for Monday. Now on Tuesday was kind of dicey and crazy, you know. I mean, these things are not supposed to be perfect. That's why it's trading. If it's easy, anybody can just be doing it. Now, you still have to pull your eyes down to look and make sure that you tell the story of price. Okay, don't just trade, excuse me. Don't just trade. Tell the story of price. Okay, now you see what happened on Tuesday. Right here, Tuesday. Now, they had this FBZ zone right here. Price came just at the opening here. Price was very noisy after creating this. Now created this noise here. Now, only for me to think that price was probably going to be selling. So I took the first sell here, and price wicked me out. And then I thought that price was trying to react here, and then I tried taking a buy around here. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Now, if you see, this was a break below. At this long candle here, this is around 8 a.m. my time. I should get a sell. because for Tuesday I start trading from 8 a.m. Now I do my trade. I look for my entry confirmation on the 5 minutes time frame for Tuesday and Thursdays. So now see what happened. Let's see what happened. So you see, that was the first engulfing candle right here. I took the engulfing, and immediately I took the engulfing price, stopped me out, just sniper entry to SL. Okay, no, it doesn't sniper entry to SL. That was a little bit of price drawdown to downside, like how many pips? It's like 57 pips, and then that should happen over there. Then bad psychology set in. I was not trying to force trade, so I was patient enough to wait for the next setup, which was still in the time zone. Like for the minimum probability trade, I would have caught this particular one, and it gave a 1:2. So I wasn't patient enough, so I missed this particular trade. So what did the price do? On the 1 hour time frame, again, price formed a new setup, which happened on our medium probability trade FBZ setup timing, which would have been our second trade. Remember, I told you guys I prioritized two trades a day on good. Just two. What is more than two, I should be done. I should not trade again. Okay. Where is it? Here it is. So look at what happened. If I had waited and not forced this trade, this wasn't FBZ. The buy wasn't FBZ. If I had waited, I would have got my second entry here, which was a break below, a retest here, and continuation. Simple. But psychology in trading, it's very hard. So you see, let's look for the entry. Look out for the entry right here. You can see this was the entry right here. On Wednesday, you can see it played out around 12 p.m. around 12 p.m. Okay, look at the engulfing right here. Price gave this very clean engulfing candle. Prioritize 1:1, take partial profit, and then boom, 1:2. Should be out of this trade with this kind of day. I should have got out of this trade by this time, but I didn't take this particular sell. Okay, I didn't take this particular sell. So yeah, now guys, this particular setup right here, you see, because of what happened on Tuesday, this particular error, there is a high probability that the next day, which is Wednesday, which I don't trade, FBZ plays out clean. There is a possibility that FBZ. So what I do is, when things like this happen on Tuesday, I look out for FBZ setup on Wednesday. If I see that it's not, and I risk lower. If I see that it's not giving me something clean, I don't trade. But if I see that it's giving me some high momentum, it has high probability, just like this Wednesday's own. Look at it, was playing out on a very good support zone. I take it. Now you see this one played out. We had 1 hour. On the 1 hour, you look out for your FBZ setup on 1 hour. And then look at what happened on Wednesday. It was crazy. I was even thinking the price was going to keep pushing up to here. But I was smart enough to take my 1:3 partial profits. No, I think I didn't close some of these trades on one of my accounts, on my prop firm account. So I was riding all the way up to a very huge profit on my prop firm account, but I didn't close. But I closed on my little account, on my very small account. I said break even. Then this spike below here, before this big move, stopped me out. Because I was really holding to this liquidity, this red line. Anytime you see a red line red arrow on my chart, know that I'm trying to show you guys liquidity. Okay. Yeah. So I was trying to ride all the way up to this liquidity, and that thing happened there. Yeah. So what happened? You can see price came here to the session that we trade, and you see that it broke above here and they retested here. On the retest, I went to 5 minutes time frame and I caught my bullish engulfing, and that was it. Then the one of today that I just explained, and that's it. So you guys see how FBZ play out, and you can see that it's a strategy that you can trust. Okay, I've been trading it for a while now, and I can tell you that the accuracy is top notch. So if you've been watching this video up to this moment, thank you so much for watching. Probably I'm going to be creating more videos like this to educate you guys. Please, if you still haven't subscribed, do well to subscribe. If you haven't followed me, do well to follow me on all social media platforms. I remember Mr. Easy, and I'm routing for you to be the next FBZ trader. So I am Easy, the FBZ trader, and I want you to be, whatsoever your name is, the next FBZ trader. See you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching. Signing out.